Saturday night, beautiful weather here in Texas. And I'm gonna make a green chimichurri and a red chimichurri. The green is gonna be the marinade for the steaks that we're gonna put on the grill. And then the red is gonna go along with it when we serve it on the table. It's a wonderful way of mixing the two kinds of chimichurri sauce. So a chimichurri is basically, it's an Argentinian concoction of usually parsley, garlic, oil, vinegar, other spices, sometimes onions and things like that. We're using parsley, oregano, and mint for the green, and then we're gonna do parsley, oregano, and chili adobo, red chili adobo, to go with the red that's gonna be served on the plate. This is a Bobby Flay recipe from years ago, and I love whipping it out when we're just having a nice cut of meat. It doesn't have to be any particular meat, but tonight we're doing a New York steak. So join us in just a sec. We're gonna get all this stuff prepped up and we're gonna make chimichurri tonight. Prepping the parsley for this sauce does not have to be complicated. I don't go crazy trying to get just the leaves because we're gonna pulverize it in the food processor. And so it doesn't matter if you have stems on the parsley when you put it in the sauce. So don't go crazy, just tear off the largest parts. And I'm gonna go ahead and prep all the rest of these herbs and then we'll pump them into the food processor. But I'm just packing it in to a cup measure, taking the big pieces off. I'm gonna do a cup for the green and a cup for the red, and then we'll divide up everything else into the little Ninja containers for their food processing. So all we're gonna do is make sure the blades are in our blender and put all of the parsley and garlic in here. And it'll pack pretty tight once it's chopped down. So don't worry about it too much. Just kind of get everything in there. You can do this in a regular blender if you don't have one of these little Ninja guys. But that's our vinegar. We've got the canola oil. I usually add that last because it kind of, everything gets chopped up better if we just pack it in there. So that's all of my herbs with a little bit of vinegar. And we're just trying to make a slurry. So we'll get the last of the vinegar and I'm gonna do about half the oil and just kind of watch the consistency. It smells amazing. Already it's just overwhelmingly herbaceous. It's beautiful. It's garlicky and everything. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up with my oil and give it one last blast. Like that. And this is what we have. So we have this beautiful green sauce. It's super herby. It just tastes really good, and it's really sharp with garlic. It does mellow out, but this is fantastic. So all I'm gonna do now is transfer the blades. This is gonna be the container for my red, and I'm not really worried about any kind of cross-contamination because it's all going in the same place. I got my steak in a bag, green goes in the bag. 4 hours, 24 hours? Just depends on how much time you have. In our case, we're going for the 4-hour approach. Just gonna make sure the steaks are covered in it and let those sit. So we'll do the red sauce next. The red sauce is basically the same as the green sauce, just with some different ingredients. Primarily chipotles in adobo. So these are available from your supermarket. They don't come in tablespoon cans though. So once I open one of these and use them, I freeze them. And that way I can make this recipe really quick because I don't have to open a can. I can just take the amount of chipotle that I want for this recipe, which is a tablespoon, and I can just pop that in there. The rest of this goes back into the freezer for the next recipe that I need it for. Then essentially we're going to go with our parsley and our oregano and our garlic again. Okay. We still have the vinegar and some olive oil this time. Now we used vegetable oil on the first one because all of that's going on the grill, and olive oil does not do well at super high temperatures. The flavors get kind of rank. This one is going to be served alongside the steak, or under the steak in my case. And so that's smoked paprika and the rest of the ingredients, the rest of the spices. And we'll go ahead and blend this guy up. Now this one is definitely hotter. But it's wonderful. Just fantastic, fantastic flavor. It goes great with grilled meat. I'm gonna simply push it all down. This also, this one gets better with age. So I make it at exactly the same time that I'm making everything else, because I want it to sit in the fridge for that 4 to 24 hour period, because it will get better, it'll mellow as the flavors kind of marry together. Once you've got it pretty well mixed up, it should look like this. It's just a slurry. And I'm gonna give that a quick taste. Oh man, that's so good. A little bit of black pepper. Remember, this is going on the side, so we're gonna treat it like a sauce. A little bit of salt. Go ahead and hit it one more time. And we're done. All we gotta do now is wait for everything to marinate, and then we'll make the steaks later on tonight. And then when we plate it up, we'll plate it up with the red sauce on the side. So we'll see you then. So we've rested the steak for 5 minutes. We've got a nice char on the outside of this guy. He's gorgeous. And we have our red chimichurri ready to go. So I keep it warm because I'm putting everything on warm plates. And warm food just tastes better than cold food. And I like to put a little zhuzh down like that. And then you can serve the rest of that on the side. We're just gonna take this. I'm gonna cut the meat like that. That's a Mary Jane portion right there. We'll go ahead and just kind of lay it down like that. Do the same thing here. That's kind of a matte portion right there. Put that down right like that. Dinner served. So that's what we're gonna do. Red and green chimichurri, the char on the outside. Oh my God, that whole kitchen smells amazing. And I can't wait to eat this. So good night, I love you all.